So I was just scrolling through YouTube, as I often do before I go on some type of a rant of this nature. And I happened to scroll by a video that I would never click on by the YouTube channel Hip Hop Madness that was, pardon me, having the titling of Why Tom Macdonald is the Most Hated Rapper in Hip Hop. And it got me thinking to myself that Tom Macdonald is not the most hated rapper in hip hop by a long shot. And let me explain this to you because this is coming from a person who personally does hate Tom Macdonald's music from the one song that I've heard. And I completely dislike his appearance and everything. I won't say I dislike what he stands for, but I will say that I dislike how he goes about it. So that's who I am. Just keep that in mind here. I cannot stand his music. But the reason that I think that he's not the most hated rapper that there is because nobody knows who he is. The average enjoyer of hip hop does not know who Tom Macdonald is. The people who do know who Tom Macdonald is that annoying white guy on the YouTube advertisements or that they've seen scrolling through social media making weird straight edge conservative rap in the vein of 2001 Slim Shady. So you can't be hated if nobody knows who you are. And you can't be hated as a rapper if people don't know that you rap. Because the most people who dislike Tom Macdonald would be because of his appearance. And that's totally understandable. I dislike Tom Macdonald because of his appearance. But I want to go into further depth about how annoying to me personally it is when people build these pseudo reputations off of being something by saying it enough. Like thinking that if you say that I'm the flyest man on the planet enough times, everybody will eventually start to believe you about that. Or I'm the most hated rapper. I'm the most controversial rapper there is. Trying to build a reputation by telling everybody what you are instead of it standing for itself is just extremely lame to me. I can't think of a better word. It's so contrived. It's so try hard. You mean to tell me that this man is the most hated rapper out of Tekashi 6ix9ine, out of that dude who like killed his baby mama and his kid? Like, you know how many rappers you would have to go through to be the most hated? And I know that it's probably just a hyperbolic generalization or a term in order to label him because of how much hatred he does get or disdain for his content that he does get. Understandable. But even at that level, majority of it is not because you're a rapper. The majority of people who know you don't know your name and probably don't know that you are a rapper. They just know you as that corny guy with the braids and the tattoos. And when we reduce it down to that, that actually describes a lot of rappers. You just happen to be one of the few white ones. And it does look extra silly on you, not necessarily because you are Caucasian, but because of the manner in which that you behave while looking the way that you do. See, I understand that he thinks it's quirky to have the contradiction of, I'm a conservative, but I dress and act like this. I think that is, here we go, we're going back to that word, lame. And you know what? I will be honest with you. I don't think that anybody should ever change the way that they are, the way that they truly behave, just because I think it's lame. Because that would be even lamer. The only thing lamer than being a lame person is changing yourself because somebody else told you that you are lame. I know it's a funny rule to it. But I say all this to say that it's so ironic how his persona, the try-hard, contrived edginess that he tries to portray is almost like a metaphor for straight edge people in totality. And once again, he doesn't espouse any ideals that I disagree with. It's totally the way that he goes about it. And you could honestly say a lot of the way that I espouse my conservative ideals aren't a similarly bombastic nature, even though they're nowhere near what he does. It's just not the same thing. We have not the same sauce, not the same swag, to say the least. But I say all this to say that if you're doing your thing and it's working for you, or even if it's not working for you, you just like what you're doing, then just keep doing that stuff. Don't listen to my opinion. But I made this YouTube channel so that I can get these opinions off, and I'd be remiss to miss any opportunity to express my disdain for Tom Macdonald. You see so many people on the conservative side saying like, oh, he's not a conservative, whatever, but like people like Tim Pool and Matt Walsh and Ben Spear, they're like people like them. Well, not Tim, but Matt and Ben are like, hip hop is garbage, but that man Tom Macdonald there, he's pretty snazzy, and that is just like, it hurts my soul. I know maybe some of you guys watched the video that I made like 2 weeks ago, where I was talking about how music doesn't have to be like good or wholesome, or it doesn't have to be wholesome in order to be good. And I would actually rather that it not be wholesome if you have to sacrifice any of the artistic flavor to get there. Well, Tom Macdonald's music is exactly what I'm talking about. To me, it's artistically bankrupt because of the manner in which that he's trying to, it's more political. And I guess that's not fair, because that would say that political cartoons are artistically bankrupt. But that's the perfect example. Political cartoons are really more so to get a point across than they are to be appreciated for their artistic nature, right? As to where many other illustrations and animations might not even have a deeper meaning and are just solely appreciated for that. That is the difference between music that I enjoy and Tom Macdonald's music in hip hop. I'm going to leave it on that analogy because that was good. And anybody who says that wasn't a good analogy, you're a damn liar and a fool.